essence of Bellini was, in a sense, an artist who drew and painted what he drew, whereas Michelangelo was a sculptor who painted what was sculptured. Just before I do the female nude, I'm going to show the picture in the Frick. This is, was it St. Anthony in the Wilderness or whatever? Beautiful picture of the Frick. You can see it in person and experience what it is that's so eternal in Bellini's work. Then I'm going to show this portion of the nude figure because it interests me that he did, in perceiving a nude figure in front of him, that he applied the things that he had been applying to painting all along. Those are a very simple outline without overly expressed form, but the form is expressed. So the elbow is expressed as an elbow. The epicondyle over here is expressed on the external side. The flexor mass is coming up towards the baby finger side, and you get the expression of the end of the ulna. And then the brachioradialis is coming out from behind a fabric, and the fabric moves around the way Angra years later would draw the fabric, moving around, embracing that form. That's what artists who draw do all the time. They are making lines that move around and interweave, and the forms are very much outlined as well as made modeled. So, and then the darks are organized in a way that reinforce outlines. So you can take a long outline all the way, say, to the baby finger over here, and then the baby finger goes off in a very interesting, beautiful little way against the rest of the hand, the thumb moving along around the mirror. This is a vanitas, obviously. And there's a tiny indication of the crease at the underarm, and then the breast is lightly modeled, and we have the neck lightly modeled, and the arm lightly modeled, but all of it's giving you a sense of the elegance of drawing, not the vigor of sculpture. Whereas Michelangelo, in this painting that I referred to earlier, has two arms, which are derived from this drawing that I've been using for a while to refer to the way in which a hand could be drawn. And these two arms are then shown as the arms of the brothers, the more respectful brothers. But you can see while the outline matters to pull you into a reality of three-dimensional form. Now, when the Pre-Raphaelites loved Bellini, they were inspired to do scenes like this. This is Millet's who married Ruskin's unconsummated wife marriage and had a whole bunch of children with her. Millet did this one of Jesus as a baby, as a young man, as a child, 8-year-old, 10-year-old. And I think it's sentimental. I'm going to pass it around because, for one thing, the stigmata is showing on the child. So this is something that pushes the image into a literary analysis, a literary form, not an aesthetic form. And it's so specific and detailed. And even the arms of the Joseph the father are so linear and detailed in their way. You're overwhelmed by these beautiful details in the whole picture. This is a whole aesthetic to have details everywhere, and then to make out of all these details something that's meaningful beyond beyond the meaningfulness of everyday life. I mean, you could interpret the scene as being a carpentry shop with people all working to make something, but it's not. It's got deep religious feelings, but they're not really strongly pushed through. It's a kind of delicate little way that you see the little stigmata and you think about whatever it is. However, now Velázquez, when he went to Italy, was inspired to do this picture. I'm just going to show this quickly. This is Apollo. It's sort of like the Jesus one in the sense that you have a god in the middle of a work scene. This is the forge, and here's Apollo coming to tell, well, it gets sentimental, doesn't it? Coming to tell Vulcan that his wife Venus is having a love affair with Mars, and he's busy constructing all the war tools for Mars, and he's upset. So it's got a power in it beyond the sentimentality of the foretelling of Jesus' crucifixion. This is immediate. Your wife's having sex with somebody else, right? And Vulcan is shocked, and you have all these workers around, and you have a real drama, and the gods.
Yeah, this is
Very beautiful painting.
Very dramatic.
It's a beautiful.
But he was, Velasquez was very influenced by all the Italians after his visit, and apparently Rubens asked him